Hello again, and welcome to our live training video number 6. And today's video is around a really interesting topic, and I've called it How to Stop Feeling Invisible, because one of the things I hear most from my midlife clients is, Lindsay, I'm fed up with it. No one's noticing me anymore. I used to really get a lot of attention from men in particular. Now I can walk into a room, walk down the street, and it's almost as if I'm not even there. So if you're someone that's been feeling a bit like that, and it's not necessarily even about attention from guys, it's around, really wanting to be able to be noticed out there, and to continue to feel valued and important. So that's the topic for today, and I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. And then, as we've done before, you'll know that what happens is you keep seeing me in the top right-hand corner. Here we go. Here, fantastic. So that's today's topic, how to stop feeling invisible. Again, something about me, Lindsay Agnes, Master Trainer of Neuro-Linguistic Programming, often described as an instruction manual for the brain, and something that I have spent the last 20 years of my life studying. If you want to find out specifically more about NLP, have a listen to video number 2, because I talk about NLP in a lot more detail on that video. I spent 11 years as a change management consultant for PricewaterhouseCoopers, so I have very much a business background, 12 years running my own business, and writer of 4 books on change, including my favourite, Change Your Life with NLP, which is still by far the most successful bestseller and has been translated into many, many different languages. So if you'd like to take your studies a bit further, then certainly that's a book that will help. This is my philosophy. I think it's important for you to understand something about what's important to me. I believe that everybody has the power to change and become the person they want to be, and live their lives with what I call the 3 Ps: purpose, passion, to achieve their potential. And I absolutely hold that at the front of my mind and the front of my life with every piece of work that I do. So today, let's jump in. Now, this seminar is for women who are beginning to feel invisible as they get older. One of the things I hear a lot from my clients is that at some point they start to feel invisible to the world. In fact, one client, and I will always remember this, said that she felt life now was rather like living life from the cupboard under the stairs, which I thought was a wonderful way of putting it. And I saw this lovely quote recently by Sarah Vine, and she said, "Have I lost weight? No. Am I wearing a burqa? No. Have I slipped into a parallel universe? No. Am I a mutant? No. I have simply turned 46. It doesn't have to be like that, though. I believe it's a choice. You can kind of submerge yourself in the shadows, or, you can absolutely take steps to, continue to be a very visible member of society. And I love this quote from Cindy Gallop. I like to describe myself as a proudly visible member of the most invisible segment of our society, older women. So this training video is absolutely for those women who want to be like Cindy, a proudly visible member. So let's get started. So as I say, I absolutely believe that it's possible to be visible. Whatever age you are, makes no difference. While some women might tell you there are lots of advantages to being invisible and kind of merging into the background, personally, I don't buy it. If you do, then this video is probably not the one for you. But I prefer to do what I can to be recognised and respected, for who I am. And we can learn from NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, can help us make sure that we do not disappear for some time yet, and let's hope not ever. So what can we do? We can adopt some practical strategies, we can look after ourselves, we can learn how to use our energy more effectively, one of the most important things, and we can remind ourselves of who we really are at our core. And this is one of my clients, looking absolutely stunningly beautiful. So it's really, really possible. So how do we turn the spotlight back on ourselves? I mean, really, it's important to take a hard look at your lifestyle. Are you happy with how you look? Because one of the reasons we start to fade and disappear is because actually we're not happy. So take a real hard look at your lifestyle, change your diet if you need to, even give up alcohol, a bit drastic, but you can do that. Take up exercise. It's really important to be satisfied and happy with your body. And that's not about, going out and looking like, a 20-year-old size 8 model. We can't do that. We're beyond that, much beyond that, if we ever did. What we can do, though, is really feel good about who we are and how we look. And I've been doing some work on this myself in the last 6 months. I've been doing a lot more exercise, completely changed my diet. And I've dropped 10 pounds, which feels good. It really feels good. Invest in a new wardrobe. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money these days. And some fab underwear. But for you, not for anybody else. These are clothes to help you feel better about yourself. Have a really good haircut and colour. Get a regular facial and massage. And absolutely, probably one of the most important things is to take more me time. Or for those of you that are sitting there thinking, well, I don't get any me time, start to take some me time. This is time when you do what you want to do. It might just be having a really lovely quiet coffee in the coffee shop, or going for a lovely summer's walk. It doesn't matter. Whatever you love to do, then do more of it. So these are some obvious things, I guess, that we can do to turn the spotlight back on ourselves. These are some of the less obvious things. This is me, actually. I had darker hair in those days. This is one of the things I like to do. I love to experiment with my hair colour and my hairstyle. This is me on one of my programs, showing the women how we can really focus our energy to do something amazing, like actually breaking a piece of wood. But that's not the idea of this particular video. It is about, though, proving to you that we have got huge amounts of energy that we really do not know how to tap into. So we want to make sure that we're in uptime, i.e. the energy is projected outside of us rather than, when we're kind of shriveled inside. So always make sure that when you walk into the room, it's a bit like imagining giving everybody an energy hug. Make sure you're projecting your energy outside. You can feel the difference, when your energy is outside rather than, shrunk inside of you. And get yourself feeling grounded and confident by bringing attention to your core. That's this area around the belly button. And imagining roots growing through your feet into the floor. You can do that easily. Literally, just by spending a few seconds, by getting yourself ready, by focusing your energy in your core, and by imagining, roots growing through your feet into the floor, immediately you'll start to feel more grounded, which can help with making you feel much more confident. And focusing your energy really allows you to do amazing things, like the example in the photograph. But it doesn't have to be as drastic as that. Just start to focus on making sure that your energy is on the outside, because people pick up on it. When you walk into a room, you pick up on people's energy. That's why, sometimes when you walk into a room, maybe you feel a little bit uncomfortable with somebody that's there. There's something about their energy that you're picking up from that person. So let's make sure, we're not wallflowers and shriveling inside ourselves. We're actually out there, and we're projecting our energy. And remember, wherever you are going, imagine giving people an energy hug, because that will make sure that your energy is outside and around in your environment. So that's one of the things you can do. This is something else that I talk to my clients about, and it really, really works well. Get yourself a lovely little box. It could be anything. I'm just seeing if I've got any examples around the office. Should have prepared one earlier, probably. Here's one. This is a very nice little box. You see that? Find, you know, get yourself a nice box. Doesn't have to be as big as that, but anything that you can call your self-esteem gift box. And what I want you to do is, first of all, I want you to remember a time when you were a child, when you felt really good about yourself, and write down 3 qualities that you admired most about yourself back then. Write them down on 3 separate pieces of paper. This is a post-it note. You could use that, or a separate piece of paper. Write down, you know, I was bold. You might write down, I was bold when I was younger. And then, you know, fold it up or leave it open, whatever you want to do, and put it into your gift box. Then ask yourself, what 3 qualities do you admire about yourself now? And again, write them on separate pieces of paper, put them in your gift box. Imagine a time in the future when you have achieved everything that you ever wanted to achieve. What 3 things do you most admire about yourself at that point in time? Write those down on separate pieces of paper. Think about a person who loves you. What 3 qualities do they admire about you? Write those down. Think about a colleague at work, or a friend if you're not at work, who respects you. What 3 qualities do you think they admire most about you? Write those down. So you now have 15 words in your gift box. And as you look at each of the words, you know, notice how differently you start to feel. Notice where you're feeling each of those feelings. Spread that feeling throughout the rest of your body. So if you're noticing that feeling in your stomach, you know, just start to move it around your body. We can do this. So it flows outwards and upwards. Do this each time you look at your list of 15 words and start to notice how good it feels. So 3 things we can do. You know, these very practical strategies to turn the spotlight back on you. Really start to focus your energy with maximum impact. And start to do the work on yourself to remind yourself who you really are at your core, and why other people out there should be in admiration and in respect of you. And look inside that self-esteem gift box every single day. So that's video number 6. If you've learnt lots from these videos already and you really want to learn more, then you might want to consider attending one of our regular mind and body retreats, where I run the program. So you come to work face to face with me in a beautiful setting, and I always have some special guests coming along as well. And you can email me to find out more. Lindsay, Lindsey, at agewithattitude.co.uk. Ask me anything you like. Happy also to book a call with you to talk about the retreat or other things that we do. And visit agewithattitude.co.uk, Mind Body Retreat, under programs, you know, to really find out everything there is about our next and very exciting retreat, which is always held in the most amazing surroundings, with the most amazing other like-minded women, and I hope, you know, amazing teachers as well, that can really start to kickstart the changes that you want to make in your life. So let me just close this pack down. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. One more video to go, and that's really around how we pull all this together, and to give you some ideas around how to get the courage, you know, to really take that first step towards change. So I wish you the very best and every success in your life, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.